Hey there, folks. Happy weekend. I'm Joe Crawford of artlearn.com. Pretty much every day I go to CSSBattle.dev and I do the daily target and record myself doing it. That's what I'm going to do right now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, really interesting shape. Yeah. Interesting shape. How do we make this shape? That is the question. So this is absolutely one where border shape would be useful to me. However, because I use Safari, I cannot use that when it's available in Safari. You bet I will be using it. So what do we do to make this shape? What are the pieces and components that we want to use? I'm going to use a single. Is that correct? So let's. The most interesting part is this part with the circles. I think I can make the dark circle myself with a single radial gradient on a single element. Let's see if that is true. I'm going to say radial gradient 1Q, and then that color is going to be white. Or actually, yeah, white, because we have a pure white, and then the color 20 pixels or something like that. All right, so now we're going to move the margins off of the body. In fact, we're going to do nothing to the body. So let's push this down with margins 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 75, 100, 110, 20, 115, 116, 117. The height needs to be taller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, 3, 4, 3, 4. And then if we move that minus five, 6, 7, and then 70 pixels. So that's in the close range. How about 35 instead? There we go. And then make that 75 and 75. Okay. So that's the idea. We're too not big enough. So what, 45 or 40? That's it. Great. So then what do we do next? So if I do a box shadow next, okay, so we made that. So I find myself wanting to put some color on the body just temporarily so I can see what I'm doing. Let's say background, and we'll make this gold color. Okay. So now I'm going to add a border to this. I'm going to say border 10 pixels solid. All right, and then I need to adjust these numbers quite a bit. 60, perfect, and then decrease by what? Like that. Okay. All right, now that I've got that, I think that what I can now do is create, so we get the border. Now we're going to do a box shadow, which is going to be minus 100, 0, 0, minus 20 pixels, color. And I need pixel value. There we go. So that's what I'm trying to do. I need to decrease this more. 3, 4, 5. There we go. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So I can set a color and say, hey, the color of this is this color. So I don't have to repeat myself. Semicolon. And the next will be this, but a positive 90, comma. And then the next will be what? 0 minus 90 pixels, 0 minus 50 pixels. And the next will be 0, 90 pixels, 0 minus 50 pixels. I think that gets what I want. Now that I've got that, do I want to do that with the nested template? Yeah, I probably do. Well, let's submit and see if we get 100%. If we do, then we have a checkpoint to come back to. But I believe this will also work with the nested template, so we don't need to make a new element. Okay, so we're going to steal all these numbers, kerplunk, nested template, and put all of that on the inner element, which doesn't look like anything. Okay, and then that looks like something, which is great. And that's really fun. So I'm going to put the background of white. Okay, now I'm going to adjust these numbers. Okay. Makes that 65. And that works. So what else can we tune? So we have those margins there like that. Yeah, a weird solution, but one that works. Additionally, I do, okay, let's try again. The backend didn't have a good submission. But because this is a perfect square, I don't believe I need the 1Q on the radial gradient, which is great. But I do need a second 0 there to make that a hard edge. Let's minify and then unit replace and then submit. No units to replace there. And I don't think I need the height on this element then. Yeah, I don't need the height. 10 pixels solid. I set the color, box shadow. I can trim off the final braces and get a final answer. That's a very interesting solution, not one I would have thought of. So we got a border. The inner part has a radial gradient, and then these are all box shadows, 4 box shadows that have been reduced using that 4th parameter in the box shadows and by setting the color, of course. We're using white several times, but that's still shorter than setting the color to be this gold for the box shadows. So that's it. That's a fun one. 9 minutes worth of some code. Again, border shape will be an interesting technique to use. Someday I'll get to use that in Safari, but not in these recordings because, again, I always use Safari because I am whatever I am. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Go make a webpage. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.